Hello everyone, this is Shohamana, producer of Project MIKHAIL. This will be the last producer letter of 2021. Today, I've got 3 major things I want to talk to you about. You'll find links to jump to each section below, so feel free to just watch the part you are personally interested in. I'll start by discussing the update we have planned for February. First, we are going to be changing the movement system as I've said before. To be precise, we are going to be making it so that you can move freely instead of having your camera locked onto a bed at all times. Some of you are probably used to playing with the lock-on, so that will remain an option. Next, you'll be able to walk move. Until now, you are only being able to boost move, so for example, if you wanted to get a little closer to get some more damage out of your assault count, you may not be able to get to the precise location you wanted. Walking movement will allow you to make fine-tuned adjustments to your position, making the game much more intuitive and easier to play. Next, we'll be updating the target filter. Until now, you're being forced to select from different types of bed, but you'll now also be able to target the closest beta to you. There are places when you'd want to be able to target the closest enemy, such as trying to fight and clash with assault cannons while moving. This should help a lot in that regard. Outside the battles, you will also be able to sell or dismantle your TSF much more easily. Until now, you've been forced to select parts one by one, which combined with a cap of 300 parts can make the game very frustrating. We are still trying to figure out exactly how to handle this, so I can't say much more right now, but we'll be making it much easier. Lastly, this is something we've been getting a lot of requests for from our global audience who are playing in English. You'll soon be able to switch the voices between English and Japanese. Some of these features may not make it in time for the February update, but we'll be doing our best to get them all in. Now, I'd like to talk a little about Project MIKHAIL's future and its role in the franchise going forward. MIKHAIL is an action game based on an adventure game, and it has a particular role to play in the franchise. That role is to bring the brand into the action game market. Sometimes that means we have to choose between making a fun action game and staying 100% true to the Muv-Luv setting. And when that happens, we choose to make the game fun. Of course, there are plenty of things we can do with the Muv-Luv universe to make it a great game for players. But we want something that people can enjoy even if they know nothing about the world. If there's anything we haven't done where you thought this would make the game much more fun, but it doesn't really fit with Muv-Luv. We'd love to hear it, and of course we want to stay as true to the setting as possible without compromising the fun. So we'd also like to hear any Muv-Luv related requests you have. Now that I'm giving you the general idea of where our priorities are, let me talk about specifics. This is still not final, but once we are done fixing the controls, movement, and camera system, there's to major change we are thinking about making. First is multiplayer. We've gotten a lot of comments about this. There are tons of things we like to do here, but the fastest way we can bring this mood to you is to have mood where you and you like work together to fight enemy TSFs. This will be different from the existing PvP mode with full levels with geography and obstacles. Combined with the change to the control in the February update, you should be able to enjoy the feeling of fighting as a team. We are also working on bringing in voice chat so it will feel like you are using your TSS communication system. However, even though we are trying to bring you something fun to play as soon as possible, it's going to take more time than changing the controls. We try to think of something we could have for you to do while we are working on that. And that's a big update to Frontier mode. Right now, it's very difficult to tell what effects your actions are having on the world. So we are going to make major changes to the system. You'll still be asked to think about what choices might lead to saving the world, but we'll be adding in screens and functionality to make it clear when you get a bad ending. Why you weren't able to save the world last time, since screens and function alone aren't enough, we also be adding more endings to make it easier to understand what happened. We want to make it a game where you really have to think about what the best move for mankind is. This is going to take time. We expect it will come rapidly months after the improvements to the controls. This is a long time, but we really want to make Frontier mode more fun for you to play, so we hope you'll stick with us. Also, I will apologize in advance. 3 is a good chance we temporarily shut down the current Frontier mode while working on this. If this doesn't happen, I'm very sorry, but we are doing it to make the mood much better, so I hope you forgive us. Even if we do shut it down, your Chronicle mode date won't be lost, so don't worry about that. Right now, we are still working on scheduling and deadlines, so I'm afraid I can't show you a roadmap, but we'll be able to do that at another time. Lastly, I'd like to talk later about how the military access is going. Here's how much the game improved thanks to your feedback. Please look at this graph. The red line is people who started playing MIKHAIL within 3 days of release. The blue line is people who started between the first day of launch and December 8th when we had our first big update. The purple line is people who started playing after the December 8th update. This graph shows how many people who bought the game kept playing it in the first week of purchase. Look at the red line and you'll see that Muv-Luv fans are playing it a lot. There are the people who are playing the most right now. At the time, the game was only good enough to reach the result you see here on the blue line group, but you stuck with it. Anyway, thank you all so much for playing it and giving us your opinion. After getting your feedback, we were able to figure out the most discuss things we need to do to make the game better and improve it to the point where new players are playing more, which you can see with the purple line. We haven't been able to get to the big chance we'll be making February yet, so it's thanks to all of your feedback that we were able to improve things so much in such a short amount of time. Going forward, I'm something going to be showing you more about how your opinions are influencing the game, so please keep sending in your early access feedback. This was a long letter, but thanks for listening. We'll keep working on making the game better, so I hope I can count on your support. Thank you.